You've had over 30 some albums throughout your career. Is there any one or two that really stands out for you? That's a lot of albums. And each one of the albums,
Yes.
like you said, I know because I've been following your career, has a message in it. But out of those over 30 ones, which ones really mean the most to you and why?
The ones that I own.
We'll talk about the record labels later.
The ones that I own. I'm gonna be very serious because I've been at 62, like I said, when my family got in trouble, my mother and father, we start putting finances together. When your parents get older, it's going to be a commitment. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
So I was able to realize, and not even just then, but earlier on that, I had material, I had catalog that was valuable that could be, that I could take loans against or that I could sell in order to make not only ends meet, but to make a pretty decent life for myself 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road. And that to me was worth every single practice session, every single heartbreak, every single woman who told me you ain't gonna be it and left. And so when I was younger and stuff like that, it made it all good.
Right.
So and I say that, musically, I understand the question to be the musical question. That's a great question. But in the totality of everything, the
Right.
ones that I own, I'm so grateful for the decision to make the decision to break away from the record establishment before a lot of my colleagues did, because now when I get calls and I talk about the situation as an owner rather than somebody who has to, who has no power in negotiations or no power in the conversation. And that's what I'm most grateful for with my career, that I made the decision to go on my own, to own own my expression, and to deal with it that way. Before we got on here, I saw something by Kanye. Somebody who was talking about Kanye, and they said, he made billions and billions of dollars, and now they're getting ready to release his shoes without his name on it.
Right.
So what's the use of making all of that money? Oh, I shouldn't say what's the use, but he made all that money, but he doesn't own the product. Now he makes a stand, and they take it away from him.
Do you
You know,
think what do you think the like of? Because you look back and I know as we get older, we tell our
uh-huh.
kids this, man, if I can go back and know what I know now. But
Mhm,
I noticed through your bio, you
mhm,
signed with Mercury Records and
mhm.
I think the other one was Warner Brother Records, right? When you're talking about publishing, people having your music at that time, how much control did they have over you and how much?
If, bruh, I mean, I'm in conversations now with a record company to get my masters back. But and it's a huge conglomerate. They sold the rights to my records 3, 4, 5, 6 times without me even knowing it, because it's not my record. I just played on the record. They gave me a couple of coins and said, "Look, it's ours." They sold my product. This is the Walter Beasley records, and the first two or first three. So now I'm going back to them because Congress said I can go back and own my own stuff. That mega record company spends money to keep artists like me spending money to try to get my product back. So I've decided not to try to get it back, but I'm going to hopefully make as much money as I can to walk away. That's just for those three albums. The rest of the albums, pretty much except for two, I own. So had I known what I know now, but remember the record industry, I only had one option, and that was to sign with a major record company and get pretty much screwed. And that's all we knew until the record. And I was so blessed and so glad to see when the record industry broke apart, because it allowed people like me who understood the value of ownership to own expression. And at the end of the day, if I could, and I'm telling people now, don't get caught up in this BS, because they're just taking it from you. Like even the smooth jazz artists or jazz artists now, they want to sign with these major record companies and stuff like that, and they're killing them, man. It's a 360 deal where they own their masters, they own their touring, they own their merchandise, and just because you want to get the applause, you'll sell everything, including your, whatever, to get in the public and